This week on Buck Commander.
Well, it's that time of year again, back here at the E3, and it looks like it's my week to babysit.
But this is the time of year that we need to make it happen.
Listen, it's pouring down rain. Me and Mikey are bored.
He basically brings us in to scout these deer for him.
If they can't get the job done, I will step in.
That's a roachy move.
Good thing I got a good insurance policy.
We have a beautiful day for racing. And they're off!
We have Willie Robertson. We've got Alvin Roach.
Down right there.
It's getting a little hot.
Tombo Martin.
Coming in hot.
Mr. Luke Bryan.
Smoked.
Here we go.
Bryan Langerhans.
Oh, the helmet's been thrown.
We've got Mr. Jason Aldean.
Oh, my goodness.
It's very rare that we all get together as a group, but this is the time of year that we need to make it happen. Well, almost all of us. Luke couldn't come, of course, so we had a little fun at his expense.
Watch this crap.
You think that helped?
Real cool, boys. Laughing at me when I can't even defend myself.
Well, it's that time of year again, back here at the E3, and it looks like it's my week to babysit.
We're throwing like heavy hockey pucks down a really slick board. I don't know what exactly is supposed to happen.
Choke.
Don't mess with the old guys, man.
Like we used to do when it was on the tree line in front of where it's at now. And we used to just walk down the road past that old site.
Hey, Grant, can you give me a biscuit, please?
Now that's good. That paper towel.
That was so good.
This year, I'm expecting the worst. Good thing I got a good insurance policy.
All right, let's do it.
First day of the E3. It's a little chilly up here in Kansas, and all the boys are in camp. Roachy's probably had more big bucks on camera this year than he's had in probably the last 4 or 5 years.
A deer that I've got a lot of history with has been in here. Roachy and Mikey actually named him the Langy 8. I had 3 encounters with him last year, drew back on him once. I needed one more step. I mean, I could have threaded the needle possibly, but it was, man, there was a lot of branches in there and his vitals were behind that little tree. He was in here on Saturday at 5 o'clock though. We got in a little late, but we still got time. I look like the Kool-Aid man up here with this tangerine sweater on.
While the rest of us are out trying to punch our tags, old Hollywood Taylor has his sights zeroed on a big buck.
Oh man, what an amazing. Get that deer come all the way across there. arm just shook up, man. And I just hit him a little back. Not sure how bad back, but hopefully we caught some good vitals and we'll be able to pick him up. But we'll just have to wait and see.
The deer came in and came all the way across this field and gave us a shot. And after looking at it, man, obviously the best thing to do is just back out, give him overnight, and that way you don't push him and make it worse. We did, and came in here this morning, a couple of us, and fanned out and actually just walked right up to him about 40 yards from where we last saw him on film. Fortunately, this one turned out with a dead deer.
We're just sitting here in the rain. My expectations at this point are low to zero. I would say we have a 1% chance of success.
Let me ask you this question. What do most people do when it rains? Get out of the rain.
It's not often we can separate Mikey from Roachy. But when it happens and I draw the card, who's the happy guy? He knows every inch of that place backward and forward, checks all the trail cams, may or may not even hold one back for old Tombo.
That's what me and Mikey did. We're sitting in a hay bale blind on some cut corn. For some reason, Dale, Langy, Roachy insist on getting a tree stand. So that's about $24,000 worth of cameras.
Funny thing is Tombo thinks he's got the best camera guy and the best chance to kill a deer. What he doesn't know, he's actually just got a babysitter.
That's right.
I don't know what to tell you. Getting plenty of practice, that's for sure.
If you're a living, breathing creature and you're in front of Tombo Martin, you're on borrowed time.
Nobody's been in here a couple days. It's been a couple days since we've had a good north wind, but I'm feeling good about it. I try not to get hung up on this one deer, but dadgum if he's not showing himself up and making it hard to get off of him because he keeps slipping up, and we got to take advantage of it and get it done. We got up here just after 1, and it was actually barely raining when we got in the tree. And now we've had about 45 minutes of pretty steady showers, so we're trying to do our best to stay dry. We're kind of in a good area here, traveling between a couple different food sources, so hope we can catch Big Boy. It's crazy how dark it is right now. So I'm sitting there trying to stay warm, and all of a sudden I see something out of the corner of my eye. It was him, the Langy 8. Matt. I cannot even keep myself together right now because we just shot a buck that I've been chasing for a long time. The shot is either really money or I might have got up in the shoulder a little bit. I don't want to bump him, so we're going to get down. And I'm going to look for my arrow real quick. We're going to go over here and look for this arrow. I think it'll tell us a lot about what our next move should be. That's not a ton of penetration, but man, that is more reassuring. Dude,
followed the blood trail till he crossed a creek, and it started getting dark outside, and then the rain really started to set in. We decided it was probably best to just go back and watch the footage with the rest of the guys.
Well, after watching the footage and seeing the impact, I felt like we really needed to give this deer till tomorrow. But then again, it is 2 o'clock. That's technically tomorrow.
You see what I was saying?
It's the worst idea ever, man. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. Roachy comes and knocks on the door and goes, "Let's go look for this deer." Roachy holds a lot of MLB records. Y'all just don't know. Strikeouts in a season, strikeouts in the months of April and May.
Well, the blood trail thinned out and the search party came up fruitless. And sure enough, a few days later, Mikey pulls a few trail cameras and he's popped back up on the wild game cameras. Anybody who's ever missed a deer knows that it can be kind of tough to get over sometimes. The good thing about being in camp with your buddies, they'll usually find ways to get you out of it pretty quick.
Instead of doing a crash derby or something crazy, this year we're going to keep it low key and just do a 3D shoot.
Show them what you're made of, Tombo.
Normally anything that keeps me out of the stand, I wouldn't be a fan of. But with the weather and the way this week was going, it was a nice break.
Oh! Bam!
It was fun. I had a good time, but once it was over, I was ready to get back in the woods.
We've been getting this big 10 on trail cam for the last few weeks, and we decided to send Cousin Dale in there to try to get the job done.
It's about 4 o'clock. We're sitting on a soybean field, roughly 10 acres or so. About 40 degrees, a little cool. Things are looking good.
Cousin Dale is my cousin. We were born 5 months apart. He's 5 months older than I am, so we grew up pretty much like brothers. You know, Dale's personality is he's very, very quiet, doesn't show a lot of emotion, very dry sense of humor. And if you get a smile out of him, that's like, you know, that's a huge thing. So it doesn't happen very often.
It's been a long, slow year so far, but I know from the past that can all change in one hunt.
We've had a decent hunt. We've seen probably 20 deer, maybe 3 possible shooters, and 1 single coyote ruined it all. Basically cleared the field. Bad times.
Dinner of champions. It's hard to please a lot of guys.
this many guys in camp, one thing you can always count on everybody liking is steak. Steak and potatoes, dude.
Put up a Brontosaurus burger?
Perfect meal.
This definitely doesn't look terrible.
What is it?
I like these end pieces. Times I've given a testimonial for the
Yummy. I dropped this piece on the floor. That's why it's hanging right there.
Hey.
I'm trying to find a dog to give that to.
Okay. That's going on the show. How much you want to bet? Oh, I'll make sure Jordan puts it on there.
I always like to give the boys a shot at the big bucks, but if they can't get the job done, I will step in.
We just finished up a group hunt that was a lot of fun, but frustrating at the same time. But we had opportunities at some big deer, some very close calls. But either way, Grant Taylor saved the hunt, came through with the kill. I just want to lay eyes on this big guy. I've seen enough pictures and footage. I'm ready to see him with my own eyes. So here we go.
So I finally got it figured out what Roachy's doing. I figured it out this year. He basically brings us in to scout these deer for him.
I am pretty darn sure that, yeah, that's him. He's on his feet.
You're welcome.
I lost the arrow. I lost it when it was probably 20 yards from him.
It's covered.
I'm not so sure about this E3 thing. Roachy always kills a deer right after we leave.
Feels good to finally put my hands on one.
You've been at it hard this year, without a doubt.
Shot a big one.
So yeah, Roachy, good job on inviting everybody out to your farm. Kind of letting Dale see your deer, scout your deer, and then you going in there and killing him after everybody leaves.
We won this one. And just in time.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, Willie is with us.
I kind of like this one. He's a lot quieter than the real Willie.
Well, I think they missed something. He's wearing about 32s here instead of about a 36, but appreciate you being here, big fella.
Way to go, Roachy. Way to get your deer and have us do all the work of scouting.
Well, let's get him on out of here.
You know, what I'm going to start doing is just sort of sending them a thank you card for dinner, since they do feed us while we're there. I'm going to stop even bringing my camo. No clothes, no bow. I'm going to just show up and eat and hang out.
There's no doubt it was a slow week. But hey, I got mine.